gotta do is pull the slit. Comes undone. What an adventure we just went on. Goodness gracious.
hello. That makes sense, right? That made no sense. But hello, it's me, Tatiana, Dirty Tati, your host for the Porsche Cup. Tonight, I am taking hosting duties for this last round of the Porsche Cup for Division 2 specifically, and it looks like everybody's on track, but they're just doing qualifying. We got some time to talk and get together. Ooh, looks like weather too, so we get a chance to talk about that. No telling what people are going to see today while they're on track. It's not going to be easy. We're at the Nürburgring GP. We've had a whole GT Champions weekend here. We've even got another race tonight at the same spot. It's the pro lobby for the Grand Touring, the Touring Cup rather. But tonight, it's Porsche Cup, which is perfect. The Porsche is so great around here. Honestly, it's fantastic. So we'll get right into it here. Porsche Cup is, of course, brought to you by HyPrix. They are a racing team in the league. They are also our graphic designers, well, specifically Pixteca, the head of HyPrix. So thank you to Pix for everything looking fantastic. We love it here. We need it. You know, it's necessary. Let's see who's in the lobby. Who do we have so far? I've got Colin, I've got Badass, I've got Chevy, Wooly, Presidio Dog, Venom, Igorski, G-Man, Green. Ooh, somebody else just joined whose name is new. J-Rod. That's a new name there. You can see everybody's livery on the right-hand side, too. Everybody's car looks different. It's cute. Well, except the ones who are on a team. They've got similar liveries. But point is, lots and lots of different people here. Let's see. When does the actual race start? I realize I don't know how long qualifying is. Let's find out. Let's go to gtchampions.com. If you haven't already been to that website and bookmark it and know what all is going on with us, then I'm going to need you to get it together. You go to gtchampions.com, you check out our current events, our current cups, and act accordingly. Anyway, let's see. I'm on the Porsche Cup. We have a 1-hour race qualifying. Lobby opens 30 minutes before race start, right? The race doesn't start until 6 p.m. And that is basically the start of qualifying. So people are already on the track setting laps. I kind of want to jump in and set laps too, but I ain't going to do it. I'm not going to do it. That would be, that would kind of be messed up. But we do have 30 minutes. Well, really we have 22 minutes left in qualifying here. So that's where we are with that. I guess we could take a look at standings. Unfortunately, I don't have a graphic for the standings, so I'll have to read them out loud to you all. But we're going to first hop on track so you can at least see some people and hear some cars. And I'm going to talk about where everyone in this lobby sits. Let's show all the racing folks. How many laps people are on, what times people are doing. Ooh. Venom so far with the fastest time, only on his second. Actually, this is a perfect opportunity to take a lap around the Nürburgring. Let's do that first. So we just hit the start-finish line. This is the start-finish straight and then hard into turn 1. Does turn 1 have a name? I can't remember, but turn 2 starts the beginning of entering the stadium section. It's called the Mercedes-Benz Stadium section. There's not really many seats around here, but it is the stadium section. I don't know what to tell you. That's turn 3. Stay hard to the left for turn 4. Of course, you've got Mercedes-Benz, AMG sponsors right there on that grandstand. And then it's a kind of a tap of the brakes and very patient into Valvoline corner. And a downhill, tricky downhill corner for Ford curve. It is just basically a 90-degree curve, but as you see, there's some elevation change there, and it will throw you off. You want to apex it late, so you get a good run down into the international hairpin. I think that's what people still call it. As you can see, you got a bunch of flags in the background of the stands there, and that's why it used to be called the international hairpin. I think it's just called the hairpin now. But here we enter the Schumacher S's, named after the famous Michael Schumacher, of course. Blessings to him and his family. Then another little tap on the brakes. Still have to be patient at this corner here. That is that's not Valvoline, that's Michelin corner. This is Valvoline, a long longer than you think. The exit of that is crucial as you go down this long straight. It's called called the Advent Bogan. It does have a kink, but we don't count that as a turn, I don't think. It is just one long straight. And now the NGK chicane. This is one of the last corners. It slows you way down. Necessary. These cars are pretty fast. It slows the cars down before the last corner here, Coca-Cola curve, which is just a big U-turn, a hairpin, if you will. And that takes you towards the start-finish line. Venom doing really good there. That's his best time by a few tenths, but Colin has already gotten up ahead of him in the standings. But that was a lap around the Nürburgring. Ooh, badass with a 3-second penalty. Probably hit the pit end exit line. Ooh, and into the grass. Got to dip 2 wheels into the grass. That turned him around. That's okay. He's going to have to shake that off. It's a penalty lap anyway. He wasn't going to get a good time. He's going to wait for everyone to pass by. Very nice of him, of course. You want to have safe re-entries onto the track. You don't want to impede somebody else's lap just because yours got messed up. Who's this? Green? I did a commentary on a race. Green was in. Commentary on a race a lot of these people were in. Just last night, as usual, a big shot of green on and all over that car. Very nice livery there. RWB representing, so you got the red, white, and blue, but you gotta have some green. And Chevy was in the race last night, the GT Touring Cup Am Lobby race, and came so close to winning it. Jumped away at the very start to take the lead. Held on to it for a long time, but when he took his pit stop, it all started to fall apart. First, there was a huge penalty, big 3-second penalty, and then there was a crash with the car that was going slow that gave him damage. He had to pit again, and still, he managed to claw his way back up to second place to finish that race. Very respectable finish. And he's about to come through. He's coming through Coca-Cola right now. Let's see what kind of lap time he puts down. Using all of that track there. You have to. You want to get the speed. Doesn't improve. Still sitting in 4th place. This G-Man behind him in 10th. Who else we got? Oh, badass. Look at badass. Nice. I love that triangular shape at the front of the car with the big HyPrix logo there. Of course, we have requirements. Right? Your logo has to be a certain, you gotta have certain logos. We're not letting you just show up with whatever. So our sponsors, HyPrix on there. There might be a detailing logo. They're not. I don't think they're listed as sponsors for this. I see one DG logo, but that is Presidio Dog, and Detailing Group is his brother's company, so he might just be representing it. You can barely see it. It's white. It's right there on that fender. You got a good view of it right there on Presidio Dog's car, but you have to have your RWB logo, you have to have your Porsche Cup logo, you gotta have a GT Champions logo, and so that leaves a bit of room for your own sponsors. Wooly repping Fanatec, of course, and you rep your own team. You can rep any other thing that you want, but you gotta make sure you have the correct logos. You are a professional. Okay? Party. J-Rod with a pretty similar logo to Presidio Dog. The same livery, rather, not logo. Same livery as Presidio Dog, so they are clearly teamed up here. J-Rod number 23, as usual. Ooh, loses it, making that that right-hand turn into Ford. Like I said, you've got to be careful there. That downhill braking will get you every time he enters the hairpin. Climb his way up to the Schumacher S's, but this lap is, he's down half a second on his fastest lap, so he's going to have to shake this one off and do more. Igorski in the pits, not out yet. Higginbotham Brothers Racing on the back there. That is Igorski and Venom are both brothers. Venom still sitting in 2nd place, by the way, so far, so pretty quick lap, and he's into the pits now, so he's going to park probably next to his brother. Wonder when Igorski will come out. I don't know that he set a time yet. Colin did his fastest lap on lap 3. It's 57 flat. He's still doing 57s, but they've all gotten a little bit slower. And that may be the weather coming into play. Variable weather is on for this race. I don't see any raindrops at the moment. I wish I could see the radar, but unfortunately, we don't have a way to switch to it. But the drivers can see the radar if they want to. Of course. G-Man Gets himself up into 8th. Though, yeah, gets himself up in the 8th place. Ooh, 11 that livery. Who is that? Who's the skeleton? I feel like I should know who that is. I don't know. It seems to be the motif on the car though, so nice. I love it. Both in the game and in real life. It is the GTLM, GTE configuration of the 911 RSR. Has hands down the best sounding exhaust in the market. As far as touring cars, GT cars go, this is the best sounding exhaust that you'll find on the current. And I'll argue anyone down about that. Actually, you know what? If you're a V8 Rumble type of person, the Corvettes are still holding down as far as that goes. The Corvettes have always sounded like, I don't know, the voice of Zeus, honestly. Just even at idle, of course, the DPs that carry those same GM pushrod engines also sound great. The Cadillac DPs and the Chevy Corvette DPs before them all sound amazing. Yeah, look at Colin. Colin in that kick-ass livery. We did look at Colin. What am I saying? I mentioned his best lap. All right. Let's look at these standings. We've talked about everyone enough. Let's check out the standings for Division 2. At the top, tied with 43 points, are Presidio Dog and RWB Joey Cannoli, who's not in the room. I wonder if Joey has a substitute or somebody. Well, Carbon Boy says he just woke up and he'll be in the lobby soon. He said that about 5 minutes ago, so we should expect him to join soon. He's going to have to get up to speed quickly, be a little groggy. He's only got 13 minutes left for qualifying. Let's see, who's in for Joey Cannoli? Well, I don't know. The last chat from Joey Cannoli in the Division 2 chat was from last week's race. But, oh, Colin hard into the wall. Trying to pit. Well, I guess that's lucky that it happened at pit entrance. It's going to take a 3-second penalty probably. But that car smoking. Definitely busted a couple of radiators. They are up front on that car. It's kind of cool that the game has that steam coming out there. But Colin in for new tires and some body repair, as you can see. Let's see. So, Prez, Joey, tied for number 1. Badass at 41 points is in 3rd. Colin, who we are looking at right now, sitting in 4th place with a 40-point advantage. Man, the fight for the lead is very, very tight here. We're in the last round. These people are within 1 and 2 points of one another. Venom is in 5th place with 37 points. Carbon Boy, who just woke up, is in 6th with 35 points. And then this is the biggest jump from Carbon Boy down to J-Rod is 26 points. He's tied with Tatted Freak for 26 points actually. I also don't see Tatted Freak. Yeah, are they coming? Is he not? Not sure. But not going to get any points not being here. Chevy's in 9th with 24 points. Green in 10th with 21. G-Man in 11th with 19 points. Bravo Sport is in 12th with 11 points. Wooly has 10 points in 13th. Emotep has 8 points in 14th. And Gorski with 8 points in 14th as well. And Viper rounds out the division with in 16th place with 7 points. But this fight for the top is very, very tight. The top 5 are all within 6 points of one another. How many points do you get? Hang on a second. That's on the last page we were on. So, first place gets 18 points. That's a big swing. So, yeah, literally any one of those people could win this. 18 points for first, 16 for second, 14 for third, 13 for fourth, and 12 for fifth. So, it's really anybody's fight at this point. As far as the top 5, even the top 6, Carbon Boy isn't too far outside of that top 5 there, only outside by about 2 points himself. So if bad things happen to the people at the top, which they could, there's weather, there could be some upsets in the season here. I can't wait. I cannot wait. 10 minutes left in qualifying. Let's see, what are the rules? What are the rules? Let's go take a look at what everybody needs to know. We are, of course, at the Nürburgring GP. You've got all tires available. Softs, mediums, hards, all of that is available to you. Intermediate wet tires, full wet tires. The tire wear will be at 2X. There's no requirement for the tire you use, so you can use whichever tire you like. The fuel consumption is at 2X as well, so not too high fuel consumption. Tire wear is a little bit higher than I would expect, but with a nice cool track like this and possibly rain, they should last pretty well. So any tire you want. Qualifying is, of course, or the grid order is, of course, set by fastest first in this qualifying session, which we still have plenty of time left in. Carbon Boy is going to want to get on track and spend some fuel to lighten up that car and get a good qualifier. But this is pretty simple. Pretty simple setup here. No surprises at all, I would say. So that's very good there. Back on track. Let's show everything. Wooly getting out of the way of Venom. Let's see who might be on a hot one. Here's Presidio Dog coming around Coca-Cola. Oh, he's pitting. So he's going to take some fresh tires as well. Makes sense to me. Those last few sectors were a bit slow. 680. Almost 7/10 down on his fastest time in sector 2 there. Go on track with Carbon Boy. Just getting in, just finished his out lap. He's on his first hot lap here. Diving into the corner. And I'm gonna just let y'all watch it. Halfway through the lap, but getting there. Up through the S's, keep it smooth, keep it quick. Use all of the track, of course, so you can maintain that speed, and then down on the brakes for Michelin curve. Float that thing up. It's just patience, trying to find the apex for the Warsteiner corner. It's easier said than done. I'm telling you, it's kind of tough. It's kind of tough. Lap is a 59.4, so still sitting in 11th place after that first hot lap. Ooh, a little squirrely on the brakes into turn 1. He's going to want to do some catching up. How much time do we have left? About 6 minutes, so he should be able to get in another few laps. 3 laps. The lap around here is about 2 minutes. He may be pushing it to start. No, he should be able to start the third pretty easily. So Carbon Boy, who is sitting in 6th in the championship, but is definitely in the running for first, is still qualified in 11th place, and he's going to want to increase that if he really wants a chance at this win. Badass goes above Colin just now. Got a 56.5 to, actually, no, he beat Colin out the last lap too. 56.6 on that last lap, so Badass getting quicker. Got less fuel in that car, got better tires. Colin still struggling, has not hit that 57 flat that he hit several laps ago now. His car is lighter though. He's got pretty fresh rubber. If he can hit his marks, then he'll be okay there. Presidio Dog in his slipstream might also get a boom here. Oh, maybe not. It's kind of on a slow lap compared to his 57.5 that he did a little while ago. Ooh, Colin wide. Colin goes wide in Michelin, so this lap may not be his lap. Prez gonna get a big slipstream here on the back straight. Maybe not a huge one. Didn't get as good an exit rather as Colin, but he'll be all right. Maybe he can take another lap around and get a little bit closer. He's gonna cut that chicane as much as possible. Gotta straighten NGK out as much as you possibly can. Otherwise, you're gonna slow clear. I'm gonna go slow. That's not fun. Not fun at all. Do you have any chatters? No, not yet. No chatters. Just checking. I don't want to neglect you guys, of course. Wouldn't want to do that. Presidio Dog doesn't improve. Does Colin improve? No, doesn't improve. That was a 59. Yeah, he was very wide in that second and then forward. Just didn't have a great second half of the lap. Really. Kind of struggling with patience coming out of the arena. You gotta be very patient in the Mercedes-Benz arena too. He's 8/10 down on his best time, so this isn't gonna be called his lap either. Man, what is badass doing that? He's beating the crowd so well. Hello, Lewis. Let's go, J-Rod. Welcome to the stream. Appreciate you watching. That's one way to get into the pits. That's one way to get into the pits. Who is staying out? Venom is parked it. Chef is still on the lap. We got 3 minutes left, so people who parked it are probably, you know, they're happy with what they got. Gorski did get out there and got himself a 7th place start. Not too bad at all. Chevy still going for something here, trying to be better than 4th place. He is, like I said, very much in the running for a division win here. Where is Chevy? So that's division 2. We'll go back to division 2. You know what? I might have standings. A graphic for you guys. Give me a second. I had a couple minutes to find it. Chevy's sitting in 9th place. My bad. Chevy is not in the running for first of the division. My fault. Thought. There we go. I do have division 2 graphics. They were in Discord. Let's grab those. Those are results from the last race, and these are standings. Can't find standings. There's standings. Can't believe I didn't think to look in here first. You guys could have had this. One moment. So we set it up in OBS. Chevy's coming in. Who's out? Presidio Dog. Still out here. Never give up. Use every ounce qualifying. You got 1 minute left in qualifying. And if he can start another lap, he won't be able to. I don't think so. He's just now getting through Valvoline forward to get to the hairpin. So this will be his last attempt at a lap here. Car. Those are the current standings for the division. how people finish the race. Now we have one last race. Let's get it. Looks like Presidio Dog was able to start another lap. I guess it'll count. Probably. You know what? We did start the lobby a little late, and I wonder if they just run until the 30-minute mark. We're at the 29.5-minute mark. You can't see that at the bottom left, but I can see the entire, like the overall time the lobby's been open. And that says 29 minutes and 38 seconds. Nice smooth inputs, very patient through that corner. You gotta be. Otherwise, you go out wide on the exit. You can go wide both in braking because it's downhill, and you can go wide at the exit because it's still downhill. So very, very tricky corner is forward. But Presidio Dog doing it well. Still not coming up with what his fastest time was in these two sectors, the first two sectors. I don't think you can see the whole thing, but on the bottom right there, you got sector 1. He was 418 thousandths, aka 4/10 slower than his fastest time in that sector. And in sector 2, 263 slow, 370 in sector 3. So it's the lap just isn't coming to Presidio Dog here. He's going to finish up and have to take a 5th place. It's not a bad place to be though, not at all. He is leading the division, tied for the lead with the driver who's not here. Don't know if Joey Cannoli has a substitute. Haven't seen it if he does. But yeah, he's not in today. Carbon Boy has parked it. I don't know that he ever qualified better than 11th, actually. So Carbon Boy not doing what he needed to do coming out here. Can't really blame him. It's hard to wake up and get right into being fast and racing. It really is. I've been there, and yeah, it's not easy at all. Got some cars parked now as they finish up their laps. Colin has picked up a half-second penalty on this lap, so he will not be able to improve on this lap. I don't know that he would have been able to anyway, or allowed to. Chevy is finishing up a lap here, and it might count. He's coming through the chicane now, and he's going to go through that last corner, that last big U-turn known as Coca-Cola curve. He's still in 4th place. Good qualifying spot. What's he going to do now? He stays in 4th. He was 1.7 seconds slow on his big fastest time, so not an improvement for Chevy. Everyone parked out in the grass here around, not turn 1, around Ford and Valvoline. Somebody's revving, making some noise for us. We appreciate you. You're busy doing practice for GTTC. Man, I wish I could be practicing for GTTC. Honestly. What is your yes or no? So I know who I'm talking to. Oh my gosh. Ninja Kid has joined the room. Ninja Kid is in this race because, dude, you're running pretty late. No, I don't see Ninja Kid in the standing, so maybe he is standing in for somebody? Maybe. I don't see anything from him in the Division 2 chat, so curious to know if he's going to race. That RWB livery there. I forgot Green also has that same livery, so Green, Presidio Dog, not Venom. I don't think Venom's got the Kickboxer livery, but J-Rod, all with that same RWB livery. Somebody giving us some donuts in the gravel trap there. Who is that? Who's doing the donuts? Badass was doing the donuts. So Badass is back in now. Where's Badass at? He's 3rd in the championship, just 2 points behind Presidio Dog and Joey Cannoli. So definitely a good look for him as he qualified in 1st place. And now that I see that it's brought him down to 10th, quote unquote, in the tree, then I think it's possible that Carbon Boy actually has a better than 11th place qualifier. We will see. We will see when they start the race pretty soon here, I'm guessing. I'm not in the party chat. You're Ton Lewis, reserve driver for Rodimus Prime. Got it. Okay. Wait. For J-Rod? I thought J-Rod was Rodimus Prime. Am I tripping? Because J-Rod raced last night in the AM division. Won that race, in fact. Did a good job. Well, just kind of sitting around looking. So why don't we just, we'll wait. I'll bring up the screen so that you can see, you know, the race info again, of course. That way no one's confused about what we got going on here. The list of drivers on the right. We've got 13 drivers in. 13 out of 16, that is. Can I see this full list? Yes, I can. Ninja Kid still isn't on track. I don't know if he's hanging out. Now, sorry, 11 players have entered. We have 13 out of 16 in this lobby. Okay. I was wondering. I was like, the math ain't mathin'. Okay, Ninja Kid says, do y'all mind if D1 joins y'all? Says you can come and drive. What's going on with D1? What? Is there drama? Let me look at their chat. Well, it looks like the lobby closed. Mazda says I was on a 55 when that closed, so that's a minute 55 lap time for those of you who are uninitiated. Squirmy is starting up another lobby shortly. That was 7 minutes ago. Wow. I am a little confused. There's no real explanation for why Ninja has joined from D1, but I guess he can jump in. Presidio Dog says to stand by. To me, that's Rain on the track. I see Rain on the track. Ooh, that is gonna be fun. Y'all want to take a look? I'm sure somebody's driving around in it. Hang on a sec. Let's go see if we can get a preview of what Rain will be like here. People are gonna want to take the Rain tires. Oh, it is a deluge. It's heavy. Wipers on. Alright, who's driving? Who's on track? No one. G-Man. 3-second penalty, but he on track. Ooh, understeering through the... Oh, no, he was just parking it. He's in the stadium section. He's still on slicks. Nope, he's got the intermediate tire on. Got a lot of people with their racing mediums on because that's probably what they plan to start on, but they should definitely switch. Yep, we got a couple people jumping into the pits now to switch those tires out. Smart move. Don't get caught out here. I am hungry. I should have snacked. Got some peanuts. I hope we're not too much further delayed here because I would love to cook some dinner before I have to start my race. That might be a pipe dream. I may have to get Uber Eats to bring me something. I'm gonna eat me some peanuts while I wait. Green headed out on track in those intermediates. Let's see what that looks like for him. Well, I eat peanuts. Spins it almost immediately. Thought he was safe. Normally you could get on the throttle there, but it's pretty wet out here. Yeah. He's on the intermediates, but the rain level is pretty high. On the left, oh, you guys cannot see that. Here, I'll remove the banner so you can see. But on the left-hand side, just to the left of the tires, Carbon Boy still on racing mediums, you can see a little level there. That is the water level on track. That's how wet it is, and it's about halfway up. It's, at least I think that's a water level. I just realized I could be completely wrong. I just kind of made up what that is. Never really asked. But I think it is. I think it's the wet level of the track in that moment. Interesting that people are taking intermediates with it this wet. I would think this is a heavy wet setting, but I haven't really raced in the rain around here, so I don't want to say for sure. The race won't start wet. What? Okay. You're the reserve for bipolar. Got it. Got it. Jake Batty says, let's go, badass, my boy. Good luck. Qualified first. Maybe he can keep it. You sure the race won't start wet? Does it go away? That's lame. Badass is having a good time. Mazda now in the room as well. So we got some Division 1 drivers joining. Carbon Boy tells Mazda to check Discord. Now I'm going to check Discord because I'm nosy. Oh, it just says join D2 race. Well, he did. He did. Maybe there's a message for Mazda somewhere else that we can't see. Well, Badass is on full wets. Presidio Dog says, go to Sector 2, please. He said something else in the chat. Hang on, I missed it. We will do a formation lap to allow D1 drivers to get to the front. Go to Sector 2. Okay. G-Man says, the smoker I drink, the faster I think. Okay. Oops, I did not mean to get on track. Wrong car. And I am not in this race. My fault. My fault. There will not be a Lamborghini amongst the Porsches tonight. Though that would be fun. Chase them all from the back. All right, I will put us on track when things are actually starting. As Prez said, there'll be a formation lap. A formation lap is basically a slow lap around the track, a single lap where cars make sure that they get in the right order. And what he's doing is he's letting the two Division 1 drivers, Ninja Kid and Mazda, get to the front so that they can not impede the Division 2 race, because theoretically they should be faster. They should not be an issue. Presidio Dog says, here we go. So I'm going to jump back on track here. Let's get all our race info up. Now, why does it kick you out when you're spectating when the race starts? That's so annoying. All right. Lights aren't up yet, but they're coming. There we go. Lights are up. Engine should start. Well, maybe not revving. It is a wet race. Badass is away. He gets a fantastic launch on those wet tires. Does a fantastic job getting away from the rest of the field already. In the back, Colin stays in second, Venom in third. Venom almost loses it. Coming through turn 1, he's able to hang on to it, but he does lose a position to Chevy. Chevy slots into third place there. as Venom fishtailed a little bit. Oh no! Venom's car is on the racing softs, which might actually be a good thing. I see that the wet has gone down, so it might just be a matter of him getting some heat into those tires, and he might be doing better than everyone else. He's gotten his position back. He's got up to second place. Oh, no, he was just side by side with Colin. He went back down to third, but this is, you know what? I forgot, it's a formation lap. We are not racing fast, but somebody is still into the wall. Oh, no. Carbon Boy into the wall. And who else was that back there? Somebody else in the wall. It won't let me get to them. Maybe they've left. I don't know. But this is a damage race. So you don't want to be in the wall, even on the formation lap. Here comes Ninja Kid going through. Where's Mazda? He's already at the top. I forgot we were doing a formation lap. I was calling it like it was a real race. I was wondering, I was like, why is it so slow? Is it the view? This is so weird. The lobbies are so broken. So, Venom put on those racing softs. The track is dry according to the graphic on the left. You guys can't see it, but it is dry. So a lot of people starting on wets and intermediates, and they're going to need to jump in and take a better tire. Wooly is on the soft, so he's going to get to stay out as well. So far, just Wooly and Venom. J-Rod's on mediums. Gets turned around here on the formation lap. No damage for him. Pretty lucky, but he's having trouble getting out of the grass. He's going to have to catch up. Well, our two D1 drivers are up. They're both on the intermediates. They're driving very slow to let the rest of the field catch up. Ninja goes up ahead of Mazda. They are entering Coca-Cola curve now. Where's Badass, our D2 leader? Okay, he's getting through the chicane. He's not too far behind. Makes sense that he's leaving room for D1. He's gonna get to start what he wants to. Two people into the pits, many people into the pits. They're jumping in to change those tires out. This was a strange start procedure. It's not the normal start procedure. Badass goes, but a lot of people dove in to get those tires immediately. I wonder, since it's not the usual start procedure, there probably won't be any consequences. Ooh, Colin and Venom both go sideways. They get into Badass. You got a whole lot of drama here. Green, Presidio Dog, Chevy, all coming out of the pits now. They're gonna come right into that mess. Holland's car is smoking the tires a bit here. Venom already got some damage on the back of that car. No engine damage though, so lucky for him. Badass gets down into 7th place because of that. Oh, what a tough break for him. He qualified in 1st, and now he's sitting in 6th, which really is 4th place in the division. I'm seeing people disappear off the track. Are we restarting? It looks like we might be calling a restart. Probably because of how many people got into one another there. If this is anything like World Cup, the rule is if more than 2 cars are in an incident in the first lap, then we restart the race. That's in the World Cup league though, championship though. But let's check what that rule is. Well, it doesn't say on the main event page and all the info for that. It might be in the rules somewhere in Discord, I'm not sure. But looks like a restart was called to put people on slicks. There's a party chat, and I'm not in that party chat, so I can't hear what's going on. I can only see that things are happening. That's all I know. Things are happening. I'm gonna keep eating peanuts. Alright, looks like most people are back on track. So we should be starting soon. I won't bother going into spectator mode because it'll kick me out anyway once the race starts. We will spectate when it starts. All right, race is getting started, getting underway. Now, Lewis, you called it. You said that the track would not start, or the race would not start wet. How did you know that? How? Is that a glitch in the game? Because that's an interesting glitch, if so. Like I said, I haven't done any wet racing here, so not familiar. Lights are up. And green, green, green. Where's Ninja Kid? Oh, he's behind Mazda. Colin ended up between the two of them. He's going to slow down just a little bit to let them pass. He's actually letting Badass pass as well, who should be up there as he was first in the race. What happened to the race order? Got a little weird. Carbon Boy in the background there, almost losing it. Venom and Chevy side by side with Colin, 3 wide as they enter the stadium here. A very, very interesting start to this race so far. Yeah, that's the normal procedure when you start the race. The forecast resets. Ah, got it. Got it. It's just your Twitch. No problem. I can see the chat from all of it. Let's go, J-Rod. Yeah, let's go, J-Rod. Things are a little bit twitchy here. And it doesn't look like anyone's racing hard. I wonder if they decided to do a formation lap again. Yeah, we're keeping it within 70-something, 80 miles an hour. So, okay, we're doing another formation lap. Again, I didn't get that info. But it looks like we're going to let everybody get into the right order where they qualified. Good. Good, because I felt like it wasn't fair. Colin was slowing down to let Badass go through. And I was like, it's not fair that he has to slow down to let him go through. Where are we? We are entering the second half of the lap here. What's the order looking like? Badass, Colin next to him. Then Venom. And then Chevy. I think Presidio Dog should be up there, no? Pretty bunched up. I mean, this isn't looking like the best 2-column line that I've ever seen. Hopefully we get the formation right before the start-finish line. Let's get on board with Colin, actually. Oh, no. I can't switch camera angles. I wonder if I exit and come back in if I'll be able to. That was an old glitch from last game. No, I can't. So that's something that just broke, and unfortunately, it was working last night, but tonight, I can't change views. In fact, it was working while we were in qualifying, but I can't change any views. I wanted to see from inside Colin's car how he started next to Badass. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen. Chevy almost loses it, coming through, braking for the corner, but he makes it happen. Mazda and Ninja Kid are off themselves as well, but we're not really here for that race. We are not. We're here for the Division 2 race, and Badass still leads that. He's already eked out a second and a half over Colin, who's under attack by Venom here. Venom and Colin side by side coming out of the stadium. Venom has the inside for Valvoline, and he's going to go ahead and grab that. Colin has no choice but to tuck in and let him go. But we're underway, so Colin loses a position almost immediately. Chevy's picked up a half-second penalty, so he's going to have to serve that. Might lose a position to Wooly. He's going to have to serve it in the straight, which means you lose a lot more than half a second if we're being honest. But Wooly is not that close behind. He's a second and a half back, and he's got Green on his back already. What else going on in the mid field? Carbon Boy in 7th place. It's going to be confusing every time. Remember what place people are actually in. You know what? We'll just call it as it is, and then we'll remember at the end, you know, assuming the D1 guys finish first, we'll not count them. Presidio Dog down to 11th. G-Man in 12th. And me, who I don't actually exist, but I'm on the list, I'm in 13th. As you can see. Mazda leaving Ninja Kid behind. Badass is finishing up his first lap. His first flying lap in the race. 2.2 seconds back to Venom. So Badass doing really well here. Colin is behind Venom, tucked into his slipstream. I wonder if he's gonna make a move. Looks like he's gonna try. Looks like he's gonna try. I don't know if that was necessarily him making a move or maybe him sliding out of the slipstream to make sure he got his braking right, because it didn't seem like he was very committed to it at all. And he goes down almost a second on Venom from that, but I'm sure he can catch back up as they both try to chase Badass down. Don't want Badass to get away, obviously. All three of these drivers, well, let me be accurate. Venom and Badass are definitely in the fight for the championship. Colin is too, actually. He's got 40 points, so he is 1 point behind Badass, actually. So Colin's in it too. All three of these drivers are in the fight for this championship, and so they're jockeying for position, of course. Can't sub or give bits. Oh no, I didn't know. I'm not sure how the Twitch works. Presidio Dog handles all of that. And we didn't see any heroics in turn 1, so that was awesome. It was a pretty neat turn 1. That's all you can really hope for. Wooly is now cozied up behind Chevy, and probably is looking for a nice tow around the track. We have 60 minutes here. There's no need to try to win it right now. There's plenty of time. Be patient. Get some heat into those tires, which they should be warm now. Take some fuel, take some weight out of that car, and wait for the race to come to you. You know you've got steady pace. Of course, it's a little tap for Presidio Dog there. Not a big deal. Nobody took damage. Just a tiny tap going into the chicane. It might even have been lag, as you can see. The cars are kind of switching around for me because there's lag in this lobby. So that's something that we're going to see pretty often. Man, that car sounds so quiet. There we go. Colin's still behind Venom. I don't think he's looking to attack. It's a good place to be. It's behind Venom, you know, getting a tow, saving some fuel. That's going to come in handy towards the end of the stint, the end of the race altogether, of course. Badass, meanwhile, has nobody to really draft off of, so his only plan should be to run away as fast as possible. He has 2.7, 2.8 seconds above Venom now, so he's doing his job for sure. Chevy in 6, had Wooly up behind him, pretty much tucked under his wing, but he has now got a 1.3 second back to Wooly, so Wooly's going to want to do some catching up. Or is he under attack? He's not under attack. Carbon Boy is looking at Green, though. This is very close together. Well, really, Carbon and Gorski, Presidio Dog, they're all right there with one another. Presidio Dog down in 11th, and he is leading this championship, so he's going to want to make up some positions and find a way to get through. Tire strategy does come into play here. It is open pit, which means tire strategy is even more important than races where you have a specific pit window, because you kind of know that everyone is going to pit at about this time. G-Man drops the personal best fastest lap. Ninja Kid has the actual fastest so far with a 1:55.845. He's still chasing Mazda though. These two are Division 1 drivers. They are not in this division, but something happened to their lobby, so they're just here to race. I'm guessing because they intended to. They prepared all week for this. Badass is now 3.5 seconds away from Colin and Venom. And it looks like Colin might be looking to get around Venom. He might be feeling like, hey, kind of taking too long here. We'll see. It might just be that he happened to be side by side with him in that moment. Let's see if he makes more attempts, because watching that time to Badass get bigger. Well, you won't be able to see the time of Badass, but you can see Badass's car getting smaller. And he knows what that means. Chevy and Willie still running together. Willie has caught back up to Chevy. Carbon Boy running alone. 3 seconds between Carbon Boy and Presidio Dog. So Presidio holding up people behind him. He's up in the 9th now though. G-Man and RWB Green and even the Porsche. I don't see any damage, but Presidio Dog was in 11th the last time we checked. So he made a pass somewhere there. That's what we know. Glenn Collin is right up under Venom's wing as they head towards turn 1. He's alongside now. He could make this move if he wants to, and I think he is. I think he's going to dive in to too much of an inside line. If you ask me, there was no reason to cut across pit entry there. I would stay as wide as possible to get a good run into the corner, and it has hurt him. It's definitely cost him, because Venom has kept the position and Colin's out with dirty stuff as they enter the stadium here. So Colin's going to want to try that a little bit differently next time if he does make another attempt at a turn 1 pass. Is sitting way at the back here by 8 seconds. I wonder what happened. Did he park for a little bit? I don't know, but I don't see any damage on the car, but he might have had a slide or something. But Gorski is sitting way in the back by almost 10 seconds already. We haven't seen any appreciable changes for position just yet. People are battling. Colin and Venom. Let's see what that looks like. Colin is still behind Venom. Can't quite get there. He's not going to be able to make a move into the chicane. He's probably not even going to be close enough to make a move in Coca-Cola. But if he can stay close to Colin, or stay close to Venom here, we'll have a good run into the start-finish straight. Oh, he actually had a better run. He's not going to get a slipstream, unfortunately. But he ends up alongside Venom already. And is he going to be able to get this position and make it stick? Yep, he does. Venom was able to carry more speed on that outside line, of course, but Colin ends up with the position. Venom's still trying to get back at him, though. He's not one to give up. I appreciate that for sure. sure we're not missing anything else. Doesn't look like anyone else is fighting or anything like that. So back to, well, the two Division 1 guys might start fighting. But I passed it back to Colin and Venom. And Colin made the pass and I missed it. Sorry. But Colin up front. He's got 5 seconds to catch Badass though, and that whole time Badass was fully running away. He is 37 seconds behind the Division 1 guys, but he also started the race several seconds behind them, giving him plenty of space. But obviously the pace is different. The Division 1 guys doing 55s and 56s. 57, the occasional 57. Meanwhile, Badass has gotten a couple 56s. No, 156, I'm sorry, it's a 58 before it. And a couple of 57s lately. It's looking good out there. Venom is not able to answer Colin. He is falling a second back already. So Colin definitely needs to get around him and try his best to try and catch Monster. Not Monster, I'm sorry, Badass. Champion really are not fighting. They're just chilling. Hard boy. I really wish I could put y'all inside a cockpit. I wonder what that's about. Why it sometimes works and sometimes doesn't. Trying to find a battle that I can let you guys watch, but so far we got none going on right now. Just having a good time. Contract. The racing softs seem to wear pretty quickly. Granted, tire wear is at 2x on this race, so that's going to be a bit more accelerated. So 2x tire wear. Fuel consumption is also at 2x, which is pretty normal there. Tim Gray is Badass for the win. Shells. We're 16 minutes into the race. It is a 1 hour race, 60 minutes, if you will. And, man, I'm definitely going to have to order meats. I'm going to be able to cook after this race before mine. We've got the Touring Cup coming up after this at the same track. GT Champions has been at the Nürburgring all weekend long. Having a great time here. Several races here over the course of the weekend. Last night we did the AM lobby for the Touring Cup. Today we are obviously doing the Porsche Cup. We've got 3 divisions in that. Division 1, 2, and 3. This is Division 2. And then after this race we have the Pro Lobby of the Touring Cup going next. And it's a 90-minute race around here versus this race is 60. It's going to be tough. Mentally tough. I think I got it though. Still doing that thing together. I haven't seen a pass between those two yet. Badass. Still doing his thing. what happened. That last lap was a 2:08. Oof. And a couple 2:05s at that. So Green just not having a good time on track here. Definitely want to be in the sub 2-minute mark to have a decent lap. Even 59s are too slow, I would say. You want to be getting in the 57s to be considered quick and be in the top 5 even, really. Well, Venom's doing 58s and a couple 59s. He's also falling behind. He's top 5, but he's 2.5 seconds back from 4th, so I guess technically he's top 3. Since we have 2 more guys in there, but again, the math is easy this way. Chevy and Wooly still running together here. Wish I could show y'all the interior shot, but I cannot. Yeah, they're cooperating. Chevy giving a tow. Wooly saving fuel behind them. Possibly saving those tires up too. It's a pretty long pit around here, so if you can avoid it, you definitely want to try. Just to take tires and nothing else is about 30 seconds or close to. If you need tires and a full tank of fuel. Ooh! Wooly messes up the braking behind Chevy there. Was there a tap? No, I don't see any damage or anything like that. I think Wooly just kind of messed up on his own. Lucky there. Chevy going wide in the stadium. Going to pick up some dirt on those tires. I saw that dust get picked up when he went out there. Oh no, and he loses it. He loses it. Chevy spins it. Wooly is through. Carbon Boy is through. And he might even lose the position to Presidio Dog here. He tries to get back on track. Yep, there's Presidio Dog who comes in right on him. What is happening? Is there lag? Was he unable to tell that he was there? Looks like he's waiting. Looks like he's waiting to give him the position back. But Presidio Dog into Chevy, and that lets G-Man, for fun, get through. So Wooly, Carbon Boy, and G-Man all benefiting from that one spin by Chevy. Presidio Dog does the right thing, lets him back through. Didn't mean to hit him or spin him. I don't know, maybe you didn't see him there. There is a wall there. And perhaps the other side is blind. Not sure. But they've got it back together. Green is 10 seconds behind Nürburgring. So sitting in last place by 10 seconds at the very start of this race. He is going to want to find some speed somewhere. We've seen a string of 2-minute plus laps. He's done a 59.1. That's been his fastest lap. But 2-minute laps are not going to work tonight. Not in this lap. Well, Colin has cut Badass's lead down to 2.3 seconds. Badass didn't have a bad lap either. It doesn't look like. Give me a second. Let me make sure. Yeah, we got 159. A couple 58s, but no really bad laps. Looks like Colin has just been running steadily quicker and is catching up to him. It's a 3-second gap now. It was 2.4 when I started talking about it, but Colin just had a moment. And I wonder if, well, the tires are getting warm, but I wonder if the track is more slippery than we think. It's not wet, but I've seen some behaviors from some of the cars that it acts like the track is a little bit wet. I don't mean like it's a delusion. Sneezing on the throttle will completely kill you, but I've seen some people almost spin out on throttle in the 911. The 911 doesn't do that. Not easily. It's very hard to break traction in the rear in that car. Even if you dump the clutch from first, really depending, you might get to break traction for a moment, but very quickly it grips up and sends it, you know? So, not sure what's happening to some of these drivers. British. But from certain angles, Woolie's car looks like an Aston Martin. I almost was like, huh, how is he driving an Aston? I don't know what it is. I don't know how that is. But it looks like he's driving an Aston Martin from some angles. That's all I want to say. Right up to Presidio Dog. Dangerously close. I wonder if he's looking to make something happen. Little love taps from here to there from Igorski. They're probably due to the lag. He is racing pretty closely, but as you can see, the lag makes him a bit twitchy. Who is that? That's G-Man into the wall. Oh, I've lost him again. Come on, find me, G-Man. It's probably not this way. G-Man into the wall at turn 1, so he's going to lose those 2 positions that he gained just a couple of laps ago. And he turns it again as he enters the stadium. Those tires just dirty. And now he's going to try to get back on track. He's having a hard time doing it. Sending the throttle a bit too much. I'd put it in second and feather it. He's finally out of the grass, but he loses a 3rd position that he really didn't need to. Green, all the way from 10 seconds behind the grid, comes through and makes a pass. And now G-Man has to get back on track and just put his head down and get this 6-second gap that he's picked up manageable. You know, man. What bad luck was that? Green, good luck for you. Obviously, in the position again. Mazda and indicator still pretty very close to him, which is a sign. Badass is into the pits. He's going to take some tires. We are just about at the halfway mark. Not quite yet. The 26-minute mark, actually, so I feel like he's pitting a bit early. He's got plenty of fuel in that car, 47%, so a little less than half a tank in the car, and the tires are pretty worn out, but I guess he's going to get on them a little bit, get on new ones a little bit early and try to nurse them to the end, I would imagine. Colin's coming after him, though, and maybe that's why he did it, was to stop that time gap from coming down from Colin. Maybe just trying an undercut from the front here. Colin continues to drive well in 3rd place now, provisional 2nd. Venom sitting in 4th place behind him. Badass come out. Badass comes out into traffic. That is not what he wanted at all. So now he comes out behind Presidio Dog. And Presidio Dog has a penalty, so he should get out of the way by the back straight. But that's a long way to have to follow him through this track. So Badass makes that early stop, and it might not work out in his favor because he is stuck behind another slower driver. Presidio Dog, who is leading this championship as well. If anything, Prez has no reason to let Badass go fast or go around him. He has no reason to make it easy for him. It can only help himself. Unfortunately, he's not going to have a choice in just a couple of corners here. He's going to have to slow down and take a penalty, but if I'm Presidio Dog, I am using all this time to slow Badass down to keep him from gaining 1st place again and getting those points. He probably will, as other people pit, of course, end up back up front. But, you know, if I can slow him down enough that he ends up in 2nd or 3rd or 4th place, then great. Prez runs off the racing line as he takes that penalty. He's going to tuck back in behind Badass and have a slipstream from him. A bit of slipstream. However, Badass is going to run away from him. He's got fresher tires. Prez Dog does not hit in this time around. change out those racing mediums at 29.5 minutes, so about the right time to go ahead and pit, take some new tires, puts on another set of mediums, it looks like, takes a splash of fuel, and he is back out. No, he took the racing softs this time around, so Chevy going for the faster tire for the second stint. The softs haven't been doing that great for people here. They're wearing pretty quickly. G-Man is in as well for a new set of tires. I expect to see most of the field come in at some point here. Of course, they're coming in at some point. I expect them to come in sooner than later. Mazda and Ninja Kid are still out there. Tires looking like absolute death. Here, I'll show you. We're at the end of the stint. Why not? And these two aren't really fighting for anything. Ninja Kid's tires do look better than Mazda's. He's been able to just chill in Mazda's slipstream. He's saved some fuel over Mazda, in fact, so he might be looking for a pass, you know, in the pits there. We'll see if he gets it. It's not that much more fuel, but surprisingly, we're halfway through and both drivers have used more than half their tank. Mazda, a little bit more than half a tank, but Ninja Kid has used even more. I thought he'd save fuel, but I guess it was backwards for me. Ninja Kid running very low on fuel compared to Mazda. That is interesting. Venom is into the pits now, so our third place driver behind Badass and Colin is going to come in and take some tires. I like that Higginbotham Brothers Racing livery, that HBR livery. Looks good, the black and green. And gray. A long, long splash of fuel for Venom. His brother Agorski's about to come in, so obviously the Higginbotham Racing team all on the same strategy. The team would like to only handle one car at a time, though. And here is Agorski's car. We're still out here. G-Man for fun on racing mediums. Brand new, though. And just trying to make up time when he's spinning those lessons. Our two race leaders are still not diving in. And you have to wonder what they're waiting for. We're at the halfway mark. We've got less than half a tank of fuel. Maybe they're just waiting to fuel out, period. Which, who's that? Oh, Carbon Boy. Carbon Boy leads ahead of Colin. Colin has pitted. Carbon Boy has not, though. Neither has Willie. So Colin is really ahead of all of those drivers. And so that does put Badass on the back foot. He ended up coming out behind Presidio Dog. Took some, had to deal with traffic. And so that puts Colin ahead of him by 4 seconds. In fact, he did take a little more fuel than Colin in that car, so had a longer stop, but Colin is ahead, and he's moving quick. He's moving quick. He's going to try to keep Badass back there in second place. Presidio Dog, meanwhile, sits in 7th place, hasn't pitted either. Well, we're 33 minutes in. I guess people are trying to make it as far into the first stint as they can on one set of tires so that they don't have to spend that much time on their tires in the second stint. Especially if you're switching to softs. I get it. At 2x tire wear, that's pretty high. And we've seen how bad the tire wear has been on some of these cars. Mazda and Ninja Kid were the two examples that I showed. So it makes sense to me that some people would stay out. Ooh, Present Venom. Very close there. Venom dives into the inside. He's got a fresher set of rubber under that car, so just kept a tighter line and got around Presidio Dog, but saw some touching. That could have been a disaster for both of them. It's easy to spin there. Mazda is into the pits. I don't see Ninja Kid in, so Ninja Kid's going to look for an overcut on Mazda. Well, Chevy has been into the pits. Has not. This is green. If this is the last corner. No, this is the Mercedes one. Go hit. Ninja Kid sitting in first with very worn softs. Gets past green easily. but I'm sure he didn't want to run into traffic either, as he's looking for an overcut on Mazda. We'll see if that works out for him. Still got a good mix of people on the racing softs, some people on the mediums. Mazda on the intermediates. Is he just having a go, just a fun little poke, or does he know something that we don't know? Unfortunately, I cannot see the radar. Other drivers can, so maybe he sees some rain coming on the horizon. Yep, he did. It's starting to rain now, so everyone who pitted and took slicks is going to suffer until they pit again and change again, and that might give him the position over Ninja Kid. He's got 28 seconds on behind Ninja Kid. Ninja's gonna have to pit and take fuel in the light though, so I don't know if he's got much of an advantage here. Not what we would expect. We might see some accidents starting to happen as the track wets up. It's not very bad just yet. That little wet level, you guys can't see it. It's not even a third of the way up rather. But the track definitely getting a little slick, and it's only going to get slicker unless this rain stops. Got a little bit of a rooster tail forming behind the cars. It's not quite big enough yet, but Ninja Kid is in. It's getting wetter. Level is rising. Chevy still able to carve out a pretty good line through the chicane, or through the hairpin there, with racing softs on. A fresh set of racing softs, but at some point we're going to start seeing those really fall off as the rain starts to accumulate on the track. Those tires have no grooves on them. That's why we call them slicks. They literally have none of the grooves that you're used to seeing, and there it goes. Chevy goes around, coming out of Michelin curve. Very easy to spin there, even in the dry. So he got put out there by those tires. Wooly is into the pits now. He owed a pit stop anyway, so he's going to go ahead and switch to those intermediates, or at least the wets. The track is getting wetter. Badass also back into the pits. Unfortunately, has to take a double pit stop. So does Colin. So those folks are back in to take tires. Mazda came out back up ahead of Ninja Kid. Ninja Kid ends up 10 seconds behind Mazda. So that overcut attempt failed miserably. He's 10.5 seconds back. Still a whole minute ahead of Venom, who's currently in first place in Division 2. But Venom is around coming into the stadium, and I don't know why he didn't get on wet tires. He's not going to be able to make it back easily. As you can see, he can't even get on the gas right here without spinning it. He just passed the pits. I don't know why he didn't enter. Presidio Dog in. Just saw somebody else busting out. Carbon Boy comes out on mediums. He has a 3-second penalty he's going to have to eat, though. Something about coming into the pits. It's very easy to pick up penalties. But Carbon Boy on the full wets, trying to get some heat into them, trying to get those things to grip up for him. I recommend turning on traction control and using high gears. I'm telling you. Presidio Dog in for fuel and tires. This is his scheduled pit stop. 38 minutes into the race. So Presidio Dog stayed out late in an attempt to keep a fresher set of tires for the second stint, but ends up having to take the wets anyway. So that strategy didn't really play out for him. Gorski's going to come in on those softs. Chevy's going to come in and change out his softs. Both drivers who had just pitted. G-Man is still on racing mediums out there and having a hard time getting around. Let's see. Mazda doesn't seem to be doing too bad. Ninja Kid having a tough time. He did 2:14 last lap, so something must have happened versus Mazda's. Well, Mazda did 2:21, so all right. Colin is back out on the intermediate intermediates, and he is in first place in his division at 2.9. So first place in Div 2. Badass is back into second place in the division, but he's got a climb. He's got 3 seconds to call in. However, it is raining. Anything could happen, of course. Let's see. Wooly has made it out on the intermediates. Intermediates are, a lot of times people call them slick intermediates. Intermediates are a wet tire that doesn't have as deep a groove pattern in it. It's kind of like, hey, I need to move a little bit of water out of the way, but not a whole lot. So we'll see how the track evolves. It might start getting drier. It might stay wet, start getting even wetter. We'll see. But Wooly doing okay so far in 5th place. Venom is still on those softs. He's just now making it to the Schumacher S's. And he's gonna take those very slowly down to 30-something mile an hour. Sorry, that's the chicane he's in now. Trying to get out of it. Get out of first gear. He's got traction control on though. That's helping him. And he is gonna come into the pits. He is one of the very last to pit. He's very slow on that. G-Man also has yet to pit, as we mentioned. He's still on the racing mediums. And I think this is him coming in for, this is him coming in for new tires now. Meanwhile, Ligorski will pass. He is on full wets. Here comes Venom. It shouldn't need any fuel. It should be just a tire stop. Yep, and he's out of there now on the intermediate tire himself. The wetness of the track has gone up to 2/3 rather of the wetness meter there in some parts. In other parts, it's a little bit drier. You guys can't see this, but that meter moves up and down as Venom goes through the track. Right now, it's just a little over 1/3 wet over here, and it's climbing and climbing, goes back down a little bit, so it varies where you are on the track. It makes it easy to tell where there is a dry line forming and where it's still very wet. However, either way, you gotta be careful. Green, out of that slippery stuff, that was a little bit sketchy. But if he can do it, he can do it. I wonder if this rain will help anyone who weren't expecting get up to the top. Sometimes rain brings out, special talent. Some people are really good in the rain. Mazda still leads by 3 seconds, but Ninja Kid has cut 3 seconds, about 7 seconds off of that gap. It was 10 seconds the last time we checked, if you recall. They're both on the intermediate tire, so it's not like it's a tire difference. Colin still hanging on to first, 4.7 seconds up the road versus Badass. Badass, who must be kicking himself, is out on the full wets now. And he's still not getting great laps out of those wets, but no one's getting great laps, right? So I can't really say that there's a lap average issue here just yet. Well, Wooly has made it up to 5th. Carbon Boy, a lot of people in position above Venom, who was fighting for a podium spot. If you recall, Venom was in 3rd place before the pit window, but we did see that he was out on those slicks and kept spinning, and that lost him a lot of time. Venom now sits in 8th place in this race. We only have about 16-17 minutes left in it. Now, rain is the great equalizer, but this is a lot to overcome, for sure. I love the yellow headlights on Chevy. The French headlights is accurate. In multi-class racing, at least, typically the GT cars have yellow headlights, so you can tell what's coming up behind you. third? Was it Wooly? Yeah, Colin in first, Badass in second, Wooly in third. So the rain advantageous to Wooly there. He's passing Carbon Boy, or he's ahead of Carbon Boy rather. Carbon Boy is not too far behind though. This has also been advantageous to him as well. These are some of the drivers who waited a little bit later to pit, and so when they pitted, the rain had started and they knew to get on those tires. A lot of drivers had to double pit and they've lost out because of it. Got more rain falling, and it sounds to be harder now, so I wonder if the track is going to get even wetter here. Might be advantage to those drivers who are on the full racing wets. Presidio Dog about to get lapped by Mazda. That's how much this caught everyone out. Mazda has lapped almost the whole field at this point. He's halfway through the D2 field. He's about to lap Presidio Dog, who's in 7th place. Little bit of a dry line there through the Mercedes-Benz arena. It's got pretty good drainage. Plus, the elevation change means the water slides down off the track pretty quickly over there. But as he gets to these flatter sections here, picks up more wetness. Definitely wet off the track there where he just touched. But he's doing okay. Presidio Dog is on those wet tires. 14 minutes left to race. Badass is falling even further behind Colin. Had a bad lap there. He's 11.6 seconds behind Colin. It's really up to Colin at this point to just bring the car home. Just bring it home. Come to him, hasn't it? Carbon Boy is behind though, and I wonder if Carbon Boy's doing better. He's on those wets. He's done 215, 211, 211. Wooly with a 217, 213, and 211. So yeah, Carbon Boy's had a couple of faster laps than Wooly. I wonder if it's the tires. He's on full wets versus Wooly's intermediates. The track has not gotten any wetter than it was. Some parts are very wet, some parts are a little less so. Everything is at least a third of the wetness meter though, but it seems that maybe the wets are doing pretty good for people. Presidio Dog doesn't have anyone around him that we can really compare him to. He's 26 seconds behind Carbon Boy and 14 and a half ahead of Venom. Venom's on the intermediates and Prez is on the full wets. Here comes Ninja Kid though to lap them. Ninja Kid again, now running 4 seconds behind Mazda, so he's taking time out of Mazda. Mazda's on the intermediate, so is Ninja Kid, but Ninja Kid is quick in the rain. He just did a 207. How you find a 207? Well, so did Mazda. 207, 209, 209. But I would not expect to see those times right here, but here we are. So Ninja Kid gets past Presidio Dog pretty easily. Prez has no real reason to hold him back. And no one coming behind him that he has to worry about. The car ahead of him is pretty far ahead, so it's, you know, probably didn't bother him to give that position up easily. The suspense. 11 minutes left in this race. Just got to bring it home. Oh, Colin is very wide in the stadium. Luckily, does not go out all the way out on track there because he would have had a long slide. He's able to hold on to it there. That looked like it could have been very bad for him. And he does give some time back to Badass. That gap now 9.5 seconds, coming down a little bit, but still not a threat, really, unless he has more big mistakes like that. Colin, that is. Still right behind Willie, maybe looking to see if he can jump to a podium position here. That would be very helpful for him. Endo says, come on, Colin, you go, thing. It would be very, very good for Carbon Boy to get onto the podium, though. He's 35th in the standings. And the only 2 drivers ahead of him in the standings that are also ahead of him on track are Colin and Badass. So he would jump ahead of Venom. He's 2 points behind Venom in the standings. Venom is 2 positions behind him. So that's 4 points behind him. So unless Venom gets past Presidio Dog, Carbon will jump Venom in the standings to take 4th or 5th place. Presidio Dog, who's leading the division, he has 43 points, but he is standing in 7th place now. That's really 5th place, for which he'll get, let's see, 18, 16, 14, 12, 10 points. He'll get 10 points. He'll have 53 points from what he's doing now. That means Badass will jump ahead of him. Colin will jump ahead of him. Venom. Well, Venom's behind him. Venom shouldn't be able to jump up ahead of him. But Carbon Boy might, if he can get up into 3rd place behind Willie. Willie goes off! Not off, but he has a moment entering the stadium, and Carbon Boy takes that position. There was no touch. He has no reason to give it back. Carbon Boy up in the podium contention. Willie is still just behind him, though. Might come back on him. You never know. We still have 8 minutes left to race here, but Carbon Boy has got himself a podium right now, and he's going to be trying his absolute best to keep it, because 3rd place will give him... Hang on, you know what? Why don't we... We're going to open this up in separate tabs so I can easily see them together. It's like... Alright, so 3rd place will get him 14 points. And right now, Carbon Boy has 35 points. So that's going to get him 49. Oh, that looks sketchy. That looks sketchy for a second. What did I say, 13 points? That's not good math. He's got 35 points now. He'll have 48 points if he gets 3rd place, if he finishes in 3rd. Where is... Well, Presidio Dog's got 43 points. And if Presidio Dog finishes in 5th, he's going to pick up 12 points. So that gives him 51 points. So he'll still be up ahead of Carbon Boy. He won't lose that. He will lose to Colin and Badass, though, as they are not far behind him in the points, and they are far ahead of him in position. So Badass is at 41 points versus Presidio Dog's 43, and Colin is at 40 versus Presidio Dog's 43. So Presidio Dog likely going to fall down to 3rd in the division to end this, if we finish the race as is. And if anyone comes back and watches this and says my math ain't mathin', don't come for me. I'm trying to call a race here. Carbon Boy looking to break the toe from Willie. Goes all the way to the right. Might have picked up a lot of dirt on his tires, though. That's not the cleanest part of the track. But he's able to navigate. Turn 1 okay. Ooh, and almost loses the back end. That's what I thought. Those tires be a little bit slick. Luckily, he held onto it there. Woo. Almost lost his podium. Almost. 6 minutes left, y'all. Just bring it home. Just bring it home. How are Colin and Badass doing? 8.4 seconds is the gap. So Badass has been eating into Colin's lead here, though. Colin might just be taking it easy. He might be thinking, I need to take this car home or bring this car in. I don't need to be doing it fast laps. So he's trying to take it easy. Badass has put together a couple of 208s versus Colin doing a 210, 210, and a 209. So Badass definitely lapping faster at the moment. And we'll see what that does for him. Anyone else doing 208s? Carbon with a 208. Wooly had a 209 a couple laps ago. Perez has 209s, no 208. Venom has a 207, in fact. So Venom pretty fast. A couple 208s, sandwiching that 207. Green has dipped into the 208s just one time. So has Chevy. Last lap was a 208. Gorski had a 209 a couple laps ago. The last two have been 13s. Here's Perez passing G-Man, who's got a blue flag and a 3-second penalty. He did pit again. He pitted for racing softs. I guess he sees that the track is drying up and maybe he's going to try to make a lunge for a position in these last 5 minutes. Unfortunately, he has to eat a huge penalty, though. It does look like on the racing line, it is getting significantly drier. You know what? We can get rid of the ticker. And you guys will be able to see as he travels through the track, different parts are wetter than others. Look on the bottom left, next to the clock, there's that moisture meter there, and you see it was very wet off of the line where he was, but it's drying up on the line. It's less than a third full. So G-Man took a chance, jumped in, took the softs. He's going to see if he can gain some position. He's got his Gorski ahead of him, but Gorski's like 15 seconds ahead of him. No, actually that's inaccurate. I don't see a time between those two. That's interesting. Probably because G-Man's still on an out lap. Let's see where he crosses the line here. We should be able to see how far behind Gorski is. It's definitely not 13 seconds. That's too much. He crossed the line and we still can't see it. So something broken there, unfortunately. We're not able to see what that gap is. No one else has dived in. Everyone else is still on the intermediates. Green dives into the wet, maybe just trying to get some cooling on those intermediates because they will degrade very fast on the dry line, assuming this game actually models that well. And you don't want to run out of tires, so Green dipping into the wet stuff to cool those tires down to keep them from degrading too quickly on him. You only have 3 minutes left in the race, so I don't think that they are going to fall off on him too bad. This line is completely dry here where Presidio Dog is traveling. You can see there's nothing on the wetness meter, so definitely a dry line forming here. Is G-Man going to get to pick anything up, though? There's a Gorski way over there, so G-Man is pretty far away from a Gorski, and unless he can string together some sub 2-minute laps real quick, he's not even going to have enough time. Even if he does, he has nobody in front of him that he can even see. There's nobody in reach here. Shout out to me suddenly being able to change camera angles, by the way. Mazda almost into the back of Wooly. Mazda lapping Wooly here. Wooly moving to the center of the track. But he's got to let Mazda through. He's got blue flags waving, of course. That is not calling Carbon Boy up there. Still hanging on to this position against Wooly. Wooly's got to let both Mazda and Ninja Kid through. Ninja Kid is right up on Mazda, and that's because Mazda is very low on fuel. He is fuel saving. You can see him short shifting that Porsche, and that is bringing Ninja Kid back into play at the end of the race here. So a fun race for Division 1, it looks like. Mazda decides he's not short shifting anymore. Because Ninja Kid is right here on him now. And getting closer every corner. Those intermediates are starting to fall off for people as the track dries up. But it shouldn't be too bad. We've got 2 minutes left in the race. There's not going to be any last minute issues due to tire degradation, I don't think. Colin, 16.9 seconds over Badass. Badass, who run a couple of very fast laps, I guess has slowed down. Or it could be that the timing was never accurate to begin with. As we saw, we couldn't even get timing for G-Man versus Zagorski, and I just saw a yellow flag for... Uh-oh. I just saw Colin's fuel. He's got to go one more lap. He's going to cross the line before the 60-minute mark, and he's going to have to save it. Maybe that's enough. I don't know. Just a little sliver of fuel there is what you can see. So he's going to want to make sure he doesn't run out before the end of this race. Badass has plenty of fuel to make it to the end, so he can push. And Colin might have to save. I'm not sure. It didn't look like he was on the straight there. He definitely wasn't short shifting there. He didn't short shift right here in the stadium either. So maybe his meter is telling him that he's got fuel for the end of the race. Ninja Kid crossed the line before after the 60-second mark, so he's not going to get a chance to get at Mazda. Mazda gets away scot-free here with first place, even though he was low on fuel, but it looks like he's okay. Carbon Boy is sitting there ahead of him. I don't know if he doesn't want to pass Carbon Boy or what, but he doesn't have to worry about anything. His only rival has taken the checkered flag and can't do anything. Wooly is being impeded. No, Wooly is taking the flag as well. My bad. It looks like he's being impeded by that NPC-driven car. Colin still sits in third. He's got 21 seconds over Badass. He should be okay here as he comes out of Schumacher. He's going to get into Michelin and Warsteiner and just take it home. Again, pretty low on fuel. Keep an eye on that just to see how it works out for him. But Carbon Boy no longer has to worry about losing that position to Wooly. He's got that in the bag. So Carbon Boy with a podium finish here, third place. I think everyone behind them has taken the checker. Oh, not Igorski, but I doubt Igorski is going to suddenly catch up to Carbon Boy. I think he's okay. So Colin about to come across the line. He's in the last corner now in Coca-Cola. Nice, neat line. He's going to ease back onto the throttle here. He's going to cross the finish as the winner of this race and provisional champion of the league. Well, I forgot. Actually, no, because Badass is ahead of him by 1 point. So Colin just got 18 points, right? So Colin is at 40 points. He's now got 58 points. Badass picks up 16 points. He's at 41 points. So that, yeah, he's lost it. He's lost the chance at the championship here because that only gives him 57 points. Oh my gosh, math. Why is math hard? So Colin, by 1 point, provisionally, has the win. Is J-Rod racing? You know what? I think we lost J-Rod. I didn't even notice. He was in the room, if I'm not mistaken, at the start. I haven't seen him through the whole race. Wait a minute now. He didn't say anything in chat. Well, not in the Division 2 chat. He didn't say anything in any chat. Maybe I'm just not able to see him. Let's see. No, I'm not showing him in the lobby at all. What happened to J-Rod? I don't know. But we got to do interviews. So I'm going to be right back. We're going to get those interviews up and going for you. I'm going to join the room. We're going to let everyone celebrate as they will. And I'll be right back with you.
million credits.
I got a 2-star roulette
There
ticket.
we go.
Yay
We
me.
are all back. Hello, welcome back to the stream. I'm in the interview room with our podium drivers. That is Colin, the winner, Badass, the second place winner, and Carbon Boy, the third place winner. Everyone's a winner, right? Carbon Boy, we'll start with you. You kind of picked up that third place kind of last minute and got really lucky with the rain situation as well, huh?
I'd sort of say it's half luck, half I was just copying what Wooly in front of me at the time was doing. I figure if he made the right decision, I'd be there with him, and if he made the wrong decision, well, we're both going down together.
We're both going down together. I love that. Well, it looks like y'all made the right decision because everyone who pitted before you pitted a little too soon and had to pit again to take racing or to take wet tires, and that brought you both up to the front and into podium contention, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I didn't think I could make a set of softs, which I was on at the start of the race. I didn't think I could make them last as long as I did, like 38 minutes, I think.
Yeah, you went way past the halfway mark, which worked out well for you, for sure. Do you remember where you were running before the pits? Like what position?
I think I was somewhere around 7th or 8th position.
Yes, from 7th or 8th to 3rd. Well, 4th and then 3rd. Nice job.
Thank you.
All right, Badass. You came in second and had a bit of a tough break there. What happened?
I spun it in the first corner there. Just a little bit wet and was really struggling in the wet today.
Yeah, I noticed it was pretty hard for a lot of drivers. Did you have to double pit? I can't remember.
I pitted at lap 13, got off my softs, got on mediums.
Okay, so yeah.
And then I had to pit again for my racing or my full wets.
Right. Well, you still did a decent job. You held on to your position despite a spin and a double pit. That's just a testament to how far ahead you were to begin with. Colin was starting to catch you towards the end of that first stint, but you definitely held it down. Got nothing to be ashamed of. I think this means you lose the championship by like 1 point, though, doesn't it?
No.
No?
No. Colin, I'm 10 points ahead. Unless Colin is 10 points more for the win, then I think I still win.
I'm showing Colin has 40 points versus your 41. So he's just...
I have 70 points.
So this is out of... Oh, man. Well, never mind. I've been talking about points this whole broadcast, and apparently the points are outdated. Okay, never mind. Well, congratulations on second place. Good for you. And, well, wait, are you the division winner?
I do believe so. I don't think the results have been results obviously haven't been posted yet, but I had a 10-point lead coming into this over Joey Cannoli, and he wasn't racing, so it was like 14 points to the next person.
Got it. And you know what? I have updated points on my points graphic, just not on the website. So yeah, I do see you had 70 points. Joey had 60. He didn't even race. Venom was at 56. Colin was at 55 points. So okay, yeah, you still got it. Man, the point standings I had were so outdated. All right, never mind. So yeah, congratulations. You won it. You were.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, of course. Colin, you do take second place. How are you feeling?
Pleased, made up with that one. It was a good race, hard race. Didn't really have a chance to relax. No. Badass was there. He's always able to creep around and catch you when you're not expecting it. So
definitely,
it was intense but good fun. Yeah, it was nice to start catching him. It was a hard few laps beginning behind Venom. It was hard to pass him, but yeah, once I was able to get past, I was able to break free and then start catching Badass.
I noticed. I thought you were staying behind Venom just to, save some fuel, but then, yeah, Badass was taking time out of you guys in chunks, and I figured you had to get past Venom sooner than later. It worked out. You won the race. Nice.
Yeah, it did work out. It was good. It was a good strat, so I was made up.
Question for all of you. As the track started to dry up, because I wanted to know if the game does this, were your intermediates starting to go off a little faster? Were they degrading faster?
Yeah, they were. It was if you stayed on the dry line.
Got it. That's what I figured. I saw some people dipping into the wet parts, and I was like, oh, does it cool the tires down? Does the game model this? Or, is it just a habit from watching real world racing? Okay. Nice.
Yeah, the heavy wets were wearing out quite rapidly.
Yes, they were. They were rough.
The inters were fine.
The inters did seem to do very well towards the end there, but I mean, they're inters, so not as bad as the wets.
I did panic, coming out on the inters and noticing the water radar being just below the top section.
Driving on the heavy wets on the drier track is like driving on the racing softs on a slightly wet track. You've just got to be really careful with everything.
Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, y'all, it was a good race. I really appreciate you putting on such a good show for this last round here. I had a good time. Sorry to everyone watching about the points fiasco. I did have the updated points. I just thought the website would also be up to date. My bad. Thank you all for the interview. Thank you all for coming to watch the race. And stay tuned. We actually have another race coming up in a little less than an hour. So stay on the channel, because up next is the GT Champions Touring Cup race. I'll be in it.
Thank you for all your stream work this season, Taddy.
Of course. Well, I only did the 2, but
Thank you, bro.
still fun.
Yeah.
All right. See you guys.